This is the electric skateboard that we made on this channel, and even though I have videos for building the battery and the battery management system and the whole skateboard assembly, I had left out the ESC, so let's look at it today. When I ordered this ESC from China, I was a little skeptic about it, mainly because the current rating for this on the website was like 10 amperes, and I feared that I might blow it up. But the reason I ordered it is because it also said it's compatible from 3 to 6S battery cells, so I thought it should be okay. As I had expected, there was zero information about anything on this at all. There was no user manual, there was no documentation, nothing, so you kind of have to figure everything out for yourself. So let's take a minute to understand the connections, right? There is 2 thick wires which are going here for the battery. And then there is 3 wires coming from underneath here, which are going to the 3 bullet connectors of the motors. And then there is these small group of 5 wires, which are the Hall sensor in the motor. And the connector here and the JST connector on these wires from the motor were not matching. So I didn't have a spare one. What I did was I just chopped them off. I chopped the connector and just soldered this directly onto the board. That's not good practice, so here's a top tip for you. Just keep spare 5-pin JST connectors, male and female, in stock if you're gonna order this ESC. Okay, then there is this connector which I think is to program it. I haven't messed around with that. Apart from that, there is these 4 connectors coming out. So these this pair of red and black wire, I have no idea what it is for, but it looks like it's for some sort of LED indication, whether it's on or off or something like that, but I have no idea what these are for. Then there's these 2 black connectors here, which are for the on-off button, and it's actually supposed to be an on-off button, but it's more like a push button. So once you turn it on, you can't turn it off. And also the button, it stopped working a couple days ago. So let me connect the battery here and actually try to switch it on. So the button, it just stopped working all of a sudden. Doesn't work anymore. So what I do is I short these wires manually with some any sort of metal, and then it just turns on. So I gotta fix that. Anyways, I was planning to get a real on-off button for this, so that's another tip for you. Get a good on-off button for your ESC. And see, this is what I was saying. Once it's turned off, it doesn't turn on. So there's probably something wrong in here. But anyway. And then here on top, you see this is the antenna for the receiver and the transmitter, and this is the remote that comes with it. And the remote is actually pretty impressive. You see the toggle button here, which is which goes on and off. So first of all, you got to turn it off from here, and then once you turn it on, it just kind of has these blinking lights for the charge indication. And then this is blinking, means it's connected. Then you have this throttle here, which top is throttle, and then this is braking. And then there's like 3 kinds of modes, low, medium, and high, and they all actually work pretty well. There's a USB charger on the side, and that's pretty much it. Oh, there's this reverse button you can press to move the motor the other way. And very good connection, good battery life. So let's talk about the performance of this thing since we have the motors running. Well, I've actually had no complaints on this. It's never overheated. It's never given me low performance. It's just done everything I've asked it to do. The programming of this thing, the throttle is pretty good. If you put it in low mode, and then medium and high. So right now it's at high mode. Whoa, pretty good. The problem is the throttle is nice. You can feather it easily, or you can go all out. But the braking, it's just either no brake or, you know, full brakes. There is no feathering. So apart from that, I really don't have any major complaints here. There is, however, one very important thing that I would like you to see. If you zoom in on the circuit board right next to this connector here, there's like a 6S written here and then 7S written here. So that's your battery configuration. If you're using a 6S battery, you have to solder these pads together. If you're using a 7S battery, you have to solder these together. So this came from the factory soldered for 7S, and I had no idea that this existed, but I was just looking at the components and just happened to see this here. So I desoldered this and soldered the 6S bridge here. That's another important thing that you guys might have to change. So that was a quick look at the ESC from China, and really impressed with this thing, running great so far and giving me good performance. So yeah, that's it for today. Hope you guys liked the video. Give me a thumbs up if you did, and keep fungineering, and I will see you next time.